is the opening of the exhibition. My name is Gerald Bast. I'm the president of this university, and I very warm welcome you after a long and intense day of a fantastic symposium. Thank you, first of all, for that, for participating actively and listening and participating via discussions to this most important and most interesting symposium. Structures of displacement. We are, with this topic, in the center of politics. In the center of politics, which, and we have to realize this in these days, and people living far away from Austria not only have to realize this, but they suffer from this situation. This is a result of politics. And what we should learn from this is that we should not leave politics to the politicians. Politics is a thing which should be owned and is owned by citizens. Some of you mentioned the role of citizens in our societies very clearly. And we every day should realize and foster this appointment, this statement that politics is something is belonging to us, and we should interfere in what is happening to the world. And what Baerbel Mueller and all the people who were involved in this project in northern Iraq in Erbil did is involving in politics with the means of architecture, with the means of social design, with the means of theory. And this is something which has an effect. Architects, what we are doing in academia, can reach out of these kind of buildings, reach out of the ivory tower. We have to realize that we have to bring our competences, our options, our possibilities to the people where these competences, these knowledges are needed. And so thank you, and after this inspiring and partly exhausting day, I shouldn't hold a speech. So finally, I thank once more Baerbel Mueller to her efforts with applied foreign affairs, and this is a light tower of this university, telling the people we can do more, not only for the traditional ways of academia, but for society, for bringing something new and something necessary to suffering societies and to societies which need kind of a development. I thank you all for coming together to discuss these topics, and I hope to see you again once more. And now I wish you a most inspiring evening, even after looking at this exhibition. And now Baerbel Mueller. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gerald, for this kind words, and welcome everyone who hasn't been here in the room all day. So I intended to present the project which is exhibited here and which we've been working on, but I will not do that now. I think we desperately need a glass of wine. But what I want to do is like introducing all the people who have been involved in the project and whom you can approach individually. And that is first and foremost Stephanie Talbot-Spocker, who was an alumni of this institute, who became the project architect and construction supervisor in Erbil. So Stephanie lives and works in Lagos and she was the right person to manage Erbil, so to say. Then there is 3 students who have been working in, not students but also alumni, but working in the mapping of Hashem camp, and that is Jonathan Pallier, who investigated the chains of distribution of food in the camp, which you will see there in the back. Then we have Chien-Hua who looked at the physical structure, like the prefabricated, ready-made structure of the Hashem camp and the adductions which are built by its inhabitants. And then we have the work of Alejandra Loreto, an alumni of AFA and social design at this university, who did a photographic work on women living in Hashem camp. And besides that, I would like to thank Frida Robles for having gone with me through the process of creating this exhibition, and also in doing a kind of retrospect investigation of what has been done by us over the last 3 years. And then also Isin Önol, who did a great job doing the graphic design. She's also a diploma student of this university. And last but not least, my dear colleagues Roswitha and Sabine, thank you for organizing this thing. I wish you a beautiful evening, and there's, oh, I forgot Kieran Fraser, whom we brought in the project with this urgent need to be. I mean, there was a moment in this project where part of the program was skipped, and this was then somehow exchanged by the desperate need of a garden project and landscaping, which came from Kieran Fraser Landscape Design. So he is also available if there is further questions. So thank you all for being here, and I wish